Just coming back from Depot Bay Coffee House, just a block away in historic Auburn. Here I am in a beautifully tree-lined street. These streets were developed in 1945. We have a charming bungalow for you to see today at 174 Tuttle in Auburn, right off of Elm, close to High Street and Lincoln Way. Tree-lined streets were part of how the designs of 1945 homes were put in. They had sidewalks, had grass on one side, lots of trees, and a pretty lawn. Also, front porches were a big part of life in 1945 because everybody would go up and down the sidewalk. You would be sitting here on your front porch with your morning coffee, or saying hello to the neighbors, watching the kids ride their bikes by, maybe getting some eggs and milk from one of the milkmen that came by in 1945. So this was post-war practicality with vintage charm. That's what happened in 1945. This bungalow is an example of that. Built in 1945, as I said, it is actually 80 years old. Come on in and get a look at her. Now these are the original floors in the living room and dining room and these two bedrooms. The original oak flooring that was put in 80 years ago. Light and bright. Lots of windows, nice window casings. 174 Tuttle is 1328 square feet. Now when it was first built, it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. On the back end of the house, there has been a master bedroom and a master bathroom or primary suite added, not by these owners, by many other owners ago. And so now we have a 3-bedroom home and a 2-bathroom home at 1328 square feet. Nice location here for a dining room. There's some pomegranate trees outside. There's a nice brick patio, a fenced yard on this side of the house. I'll take you into the front bedroom. And as you can see, this was before there were king-size beds. This is a double bed filling in this space. So you do have smaller bedrooms, but the master actually is a larger bedroom that does have a king-size bed because that was built later. But I love the cabinetry that was used during that time. We even have built-in drawers, places to hang your clothes, and also down here, some drawers in the cabinets. Maybe this is where you had your extra blankets. Maybe you put your shoes in there. Notice how beautiful these panel doors are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panel doors. And notice just how wide they are. I think people were smaller then. And it's got the old hardware. Now this paneling here has been painted, and one of the things about 1945 design is the fact that they use pastel colors as in their homes, and you can't really tell by the light today, but this is a off-white with a little mint mixed into the white painting here. We have such a vintage piece of lighting that definitely looks like it came from the 40s. And a very cheery front bedroom, looking out at the lawn and bushes. Now, being at 174 Tuttle, one of the cool things about is where it's located. It's a very sought after location. besides being one of the bungalow homes here in downtown Auburn. It is close to shops, to restaurants, to stores, and more importantly for some people is from this house right here, you can take a run down to the American River Canyon. So we are the endurance capital of the world in Auburn, and this is where you could hit the trails, go for a hike, enjoy some of the beautiful natural beauty of Auburn at the American River confluence. Okay, we're going to see some more pastels here. This was one of the popular colors of the time period. This is a butter yellow. There's wainscoting, lots of character even in this sink. And the tile in here is the 4x4 tile that is 4" by 4" with a white trim. Grays were also popular at that time, and they went very well with the pastels. Look at this cabinetry. So much vintage charm. Our second bedroom is set up for an office. Again, we have the double windows and lots of vegetation on the side of the garage, the driveway, so you do have a lot of privacy from your neighbor. High ceilings again, and our beautiful doors, 5-panel doors. Now we're making a transition here from the original flooring that was in the kitchen. That was quite worn, and so the owners brought in some new flooring just recently installed, and it's made a nice addition to having a fresh floor here in this room in the kitchen, and also a good transition from one product to the next. Perfect location for a breakfast nook. Or if you wanted to enlarge your kitchen, you could have an island here or a little seat area here with a bench and a little table, coffee table for you to have your morning coffee just right out here. New vent above the stove. We have a gas range right here. And then we have the older cabinets again. Well, one of the cool things that we have is we actually have a pull-out for garbage, which is one of our modern day conveniences. We like to have the garbage right next to the sink. Okay, let's do the house first and then we'll go outside. Okay, so this newer flooring right here, which is very sturdy flooring, good for animals and kids. We have this closet area, which could be, as it is, a pantry. You could put in some more shelves in this space if you wanted to. Maybe put some doors on this space. I wouldn't need any doors myself, just be able to come around and grab whatever you need. And this is where the house ended at one time, and this is the newer space, which is the primary suite. Now again, we have a pastel color. This is fairly close to Robin's Eggs Blue. And so we have a really very flexible shade of light blue. In this room that was added on, there is a mini split. The mini split provides heat and air to this room that was added on to the property. Got double closets, which is nice. A barn door for privacy in the bathroom. And I'll let you go in and take a peek. This bathroom has been redone recently. Got a shower, fiberglass stall. And in the other bathroom, we have a shower and a bathtub unit. Save a place for a bath place for kids. Now we're going to go into the extra space of the property on 174 Tuttle. This extra space is not livable space, but it's extra storage space, and this is the basement. You know, in older homes, the people in 1945 did not have as many clothes as we have today, and not as many pairs of shoes as we have today. So having this extra space is really wonderful. This area here has been freshly painted. So you have a room over here. There's some shelves built in. And because this is a basement, you could actually store items in here year-round, but the basement occasionally during heavy rains might be getting some moisture because it's a basement. So there is a sump pump in here that activates whenever there is water that comes in on this floor. Look at all of this storage. We have the water heater back here and even more shelves. So you know all those plastic tubs that we use for storage? You could just line them up here. If you have your summer clothes in one of the tubs, you could switch it out with your winter clothes when the seasons change. So if your closet isn't very large, you could actually kind of extend your closet this way by having all of this storage space. And this is part of the character of an older home built in 1945. There are basements, even in bungalows, which is, I think, really cool. Oh, we forgot the laundry room. Let's go see the laundry. Now, it's not common to have the laundry room in the house. Usually they're found in the garage. But in this property here, at 174 Tuttle, we have a really nice laundry space. There's a sink, stackable washer and dryer, which actually stays with the house, an extra closet for your brooms and cleaning supplies. If you're running the washer and dryer and you have company in the kitchen, just close this barn door and then you'll have the privacy and the quiet that you're looking for while you're entertaining. A back porch, not real large, but large enough for you to be able to get all the items from your barbecue, bring them into the house, and then we have a garage. Now the garage in 1945 were always detached from the house. And so we have a detached garage, which is kind of 1.5 car garage, or almost a 2-car garage when you look at all of that space right there. It's made out of cinder block with a metal roof. And the driveway can fit at least 3 cars, which is super convenient for people bringing in their groceries, not needing to park on the street. This patio could be a really pretty spot for a table and chairs in the summertime. So we're just gonna let you peek, because I told the owners we weren't gonna look in the garage because garages are always kind of packed with things. This is their garage space. And then we have this extra room. Now this extra room is a perfect spot if you want to have maybe an art studio or a workshop. It doesn't have any heat or air. So when a place doesn't have heat or air, you cannot include it into your square footage, which we are not. So remember, 174 Tuttle has 1,328 square feet, plus this extra space, plus the basement. So those are extra spaces for you to figure out how they fit into your function of use of this house. This might be a perfect workshop. If you're a woodworker, you're an artist. We do have some lights in here. You can bring your own heating system while you're working. Maybe it's a workout space. By the way, right down the street, my friend goes to a place called CrossFit. It's half a block away from here, and the CrossFit group meets after work every day or before work, and they have planned workouts, and then they go for a run in the canyon and come back, and runners will be running down the street at dinner time, which is fun to see them enjoying the beautiful parts of Auburn. And we have, I think we're going to go through here on the other side. Let's walk out the side of the house. So, having a house in historic downtown Auburn is very desirable. It is very seldom that a home is coming on the market. 174 Tuttle is going to be priced at $527,000. It's an affordable price for such a desirable location and a sweet home. We're going to be on the market tomorrow, which would be the 29th of October. Then on the 1st of November and the 2nd of November, which is Saturday and Sunday, we will be open from 1 to 4. Open house from 1 to 4 this coming weekend. I think this is such a pretty yard. Got a brick path here. Nicely landscaped with some gravel. Okay, I'm going to try and get the gate open. Okay, I'm going to get a little help to get the gate open. Leanne's going to try and get the gate open for us. She's a little taller, so maybe she can reach it. Thank you, Leanne. And so we have this darling patio, a newer fence between the neighbors. And there's two dogs that have this as their play area, but you could have this beautifully landscaped. And this door is the door right off of the pantry area, off of the kitchen. This is also a really pretty spot where you could have a table and do entertaining. Got some mature trees. And then this is the part of the yard that I think would be fun to see what someone would do with it. You can gravel this area and have it as a rock garden. You could put crushed granite down here with some big potted plants, maybe a water feature, or a lawn. Bring in some sod, make this all lawn here, bring out a child's play structure. It's fully fenced, and your kids could be playing in their backyard, safe, knowing where they are. They could run up this path into the house when you call them for dinner. I love the feel of this home at 174 Tuttle in Auburn. It just has some history, some charm, and some updates that make it so easy to use in today's world. The accessibility to Highway 80 is terrifically fast. You're in a charming downtown where you can walk in at night and feel safe and go to restaurants, watch the parades, support the endurance run folks when they come in after starting in Tahoe, or the Tevis Cup horse ride that starts in Tahoe and ends right here by Placer High School. There's just so much history here in Auburn for you to enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed coming to 174 Tuttle. This seller is moving close to where their family lives in another location. They're going to miss living here in downtown Auburn, but it is time to turn over the keys to someone else. I'm CJ Jenkins from Century 21 Cornerstone. Just give me a call if you have any questions about life in Auburn or life in the Sierra Foothills. My number is 530-906-4715. Thank you for joining us at YouTube, Christine Jenkins. And take a peek at this pretty house, 174 Tuttle in Auburn, California. Bye-bye.